Welcome back, YouTubers, to another video with one half of the British Fist, me, NJ. What's up? And I'm having to do this review in the dark because...
Whoa!
Who's this?
Are you not forgetting something, NJ? It's the road to WrestleMania, and it's time for the British Fist to reunite. Although I'm kind of regretting it after watching Royal Rumble because the pay-per-view itself really wasn't all that great in my opinion. So, as you guys know, I'm Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me is, of course, NJ. And Royal Rumble 2014, as we all know, is the start of the road to WrestleMania. There were some high points on this show, and there definitely were some low points on this show, which we will cover. If you have any comments on this show, please put them down in that comment section below.
And please make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
Do you know, Royal Rumble for me was going to be a very interesting pay-per-view because if it was a good pay-per-view, I was really going to consider watching Raw and SmackDown and going through all of the road to WrestleMania. And if it was a bad pay-per-view, I was just thinking, well, same old shit. So that's going to be my decision at the end of this review. Has WWE done enough to make me watch Raw and SmackDown through WrestleMania? And I think you know the answers to that question. NJ, we'll start off with the pre-show match. New Age Outlaws versus the Rhodes Brothers. You know, this was an entertaining pre-show match, even though it was quite short. It did a decent job in getting the crowd going. As for the winners, the New Age Outlaws, how do you feel about that?
Okay, when I heard that this was going to be the pre-show, you got a championship match on a pre-show, and, spoiler alert before we get to the actual result, we get new champions.
Exactly, and that's why I don't understand why this was on the pre-show. If they were going to change the championships, especially the tag team championships, which WWE have been pushing quite a lot lately, why the hell are they putting it on the pre-show? All I can say is get ready for the Usos going after the belts now, and maybe some sort of Cody Rhodes and Goldust match at WrestleMania. That's pretty much what this seemed like it was leading to. And if my phone does go off during this, it's because the IWC doesn't like the fact that I didn't mind Batista winning the Royal Rumble because it's best for business. As for the opener, Daniel Bryan versus Bray Wyatt. Yes, this was the high point of the night, and everything seemed to just go downhill from here. What was a pretty damn good match between these two. We had some pretty nice spots in there. The storytelling was really good. The crowd were really into Daniel Bryan and really into this match. It got the night off to a real hot start. But the real question was, were WWE ever really going to ever follow up to something that started off this well?
The thing I liked about this match is that going into this, we both, if you watched our reviews, had different predictions on who should win and why. And I think this match definitely levelled out, putting them both over. Daniel Bryan looked good, Bray Wyatt looked good. And I just think this match was very nicely done on both halves.
Damn good. I mean, this is definitely the best match Bray Wyatt has had in WWE since his debut. And trust Daniel Bryan to get that out of him. I also like the fact that Bray Wyatt won 100% clean on his own. He didn't need Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, which in my opinion was necessary for exactly what WWE were going to be setting up Bray Wyatt for, which we'll talk about later on in the review.
I just cannot say anything wrong with this match. I think it was done really well, nice finishes, and they worked so well together in this match.
Yeah, it looks like you won the bet. And you'll find out what that bet is later, people. Brock Lesnar versus Big Show. This was interesting. There was a Big Show had an injury during a live event, and I think he did something to his hand. I believe it was a broken hand. I'm not entirely sure, from a knockout punch. So this ended up being pretty much a massive beatdown segment by Brock Lesnar to just compensate for Big Show's injured hand. It wasn't really what we were expecting. It was quite short and sweet, the match itself, and the Brock Lesnar beatdown afterwards just sort of went on and on and on and on, as a certain Terminator would say.
Oh yeah, that's very true. And the thing about this, as soon as I saw what Brock Lesnar was doing, one match came to mind. Bret Hart versus Vince. It was a flipping beatdown, the steel chair onto Big Show. Instead of showing Brock Lesnar as this beast, chat. I was like, oh, for flip's sake.
Well, at least he did come out of it looking like a bit. I mean, who else can pummel people with 50+ chair shots to a guy like Big Show?
Well, I said this during the show, is that the after beatdown was better than the actual match, and Big Show still managed to walk out after the match.
Well, he is 7 foot tall, 500 pounds. So the question is, did Brock Lesnar come out of this looking like a beast, getting ready for what is essentially going to be a big match for WrestleMania 30? Opinions will be divided there. I do want to comment, though, on WWE's the WWE did a very good job, in my opinion, of breaking the show up. They had a very energetic panel with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ayo! They had Shawn Michaels on there, and they had Ric Flair on there. Woo! So they had a nice electronic and you can say energetic panel with past stars and 2 past Royal Rumble winners, and they had backstage interviews and stuff, which really helped the show flow well with only 4 matches. Usually when I see WWE and their pay-per-views, they don't usually include backstage segments and stuff, so at least this helps make the show flow quite well, I thought.
The round table thing, I really don't care about. Yes, it's great to hear the words of those 3, but the thing that really got me into the actual Rumble was when, you got Orton, the big names doing backstage segments, but you also got the video package of the other wrestlers speaking. Yes, you knew some of them weren't going to win, but it was nice to hear them.
Exactly. Was that what Batista said? Exactly or something?
That's very true.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight.
The thing that I want to say about this match is the way that the commentators were saying the biggest match in wrestling history, really hyping this up to be the biggest match these 2 have had against each other.
The crowd shit all over this one. We had "This is awful" chants, we had boring chants, we had Daniel Bryan chants. Basically, the crowd shit all over this match, and who can blame them? But I will say this, as funny as that was, at least Orton tried to use this to his advantage and try and get some heel tactics from it, but they tried using each other's finishes. They tried to make this feel like a big match, but because the crowd had shit on this so much, the no fucks were given about this one, really, was there?
I don't think, the crowd really had enough of this match, had enough of these 2 being the main event spot. But the thing that I felt was missing was, yes, I felt Orton should have won the match with one of John Cena's finishes. And the other thing is Batista. I think Batista getting involved here to do a tease of who he's going to probably face, unless it was go down to Lesnar later on. I just felt Batista would be a nice showcase here.
Even though he won the Royal Rumble. Orton wins after Bray Wyatt distracts John Cena, so it looks like they're keeping the belt on Orton for WrestleMania, and they're setting up for John Cena versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. Now we see why he beat Daniel Bryan 100% clean on his own, because they wanted to make him look as strong as possible for Cena, which they do have to do if they're going to have them face off at WrestleMania. This is a good way of, setting the stone for that feud.
I think the way they did this was a nice surprise to see Bray Wyatt come out and take a big name. The one really, really sad thing that's playing in my mind over and over again is Bray Wyatt just going to be fed to John Cena?
We'll see at WrestleMania 30 or possibly in Elimination Chamber. But John Cena versus Randy Orton. Let's just hope this is the last time they face off. Until maybe like 2015 when they'll probably face off again. Anyway, moving on. That segment and match was not really very interesting at all. As for the Royal Rumble, though, I don't know about you, NJ, but this Royal Rumble was very underwhelming. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the lack of big moments or something, but the Rumble, to me, it just felt very underwhelming. I don't know. How did you feel about the Royal Rumble overall? Before we get into the nitty-gritty.
Going into it, I think the wrestlers we got in this were pretty good, entertaining. You had the Kofi spot in the match. You had the Shield work together, dominant, a stare down between the Shield and White family. The Usos getting eliminated. There was a lot going on in this match that really interested me, and you even had the spot from Cesaro. There's a lot in this match.
There was some moments that I enjoyed, but a lot of it was quite underwhelming, in my opinion. As for the surprises that we got big, sexy Kevin Nash.
Even though he was fired.
We got JBL.
Even though he got eliminated after flipping... It was 2 minutes.
We got Alexander Rusev, NXT's contingent in this match. I was quite impressed with him.
I'll give him a thumbs up.
He kind of looked a little bit like Mason Ryan, bigger and more Bulgarian. We got El Torito in the match, which I thought was kind of funny.
The way the CM Punk moment held him back. And then instead of CM Punk eliminated him, he took him down. It was a good spot for a guy that's not going to make it anywhere.
It was comedy relief, but the fact that he got offense on CM Punk was kind of stupid, but he did eliminate Fandango. It was kind of funny. Sheamus came back from his injury, so looks like he's going to be coming back for the WrestleMania season. Now, it was nice to see him back. He got a nice pop.
He took out the Shield almost on his own. He looked strong. He made it to the final. They've really given Sheamus a good welcome back build up.
CM Punk and the Shield lasted quite long in the Rumble. I mean, 4 people I guess I would have expected to last quite long in the Rumble, really.
I think the way they did it with those, I think the Shield, and the way the Shield moment, forget about Punk now, the Shield moment. It was Ambrose who tried to eliminate Roman Reigns, which was a good aspect, and Rollins was thinking, no, we're not ready to split up yet. And then Roman Reigns eliminating both. Brilliant.
I think Roman Reigns, in my opinion, was the big star and big standout of this Royal Rumble. He eliminated 12 people, which beats Kane's record, which makes this guy a massive star. He was the runner-up to Batista and was immensely over in those final 2. He even eliminated the Shield. And this now, with the reaction that Roman Reigns got, definitely must facilitate a babyface turn, at least at WrestleMania. Big Roman Reigns came off in this Rumble, as I expected, a massive freaking star.
And to go with that, the Kane and CM Punk thing got teased. I thought that was good because there's something there. Go with it. But Roman Reigns and Batista in the final, brilliant 2 big guys. I couldn't care who would have won. I felt, yes, all the clues were going toward Batista because it's first match back, he wins it, he's going to get the big match at Mania. But Roman Reigns, the crowd wanted Reigns.
Yeah, and I think, was it more because they wanted Roman Reigns or more because they didn't want Batista? And this will be a massive subject. I just want to quickly touch on, it looks like we're going to get in Triple H versus CM Punk at WrestleMania 30 after Kane chokeslam CM Punk through a table. Looks like that's going to happen now. The final 3, Roman Reigns, Sheamus, and Batista, as you pointed out. The crowd shit on this. Again, they booed the fuck out of this. I guess it's because Daniel Bryan wasn't there. And at the end of the day, Batista wins the Royal Rumble. Even though the crowd chanted for Roman Reigns and the crowd chanted for Daniel Bryan, Batista wins the Royal Rumble. Thoughts?
I felt Batista should have had a match. Maybe on that Raw, he could have faced Del Rio before the Rumble. And to be honest, even though the clues were pointing towards Batista, I wanted Reigns.
I can't deny the fact that WWE are pretty good at showing how out of touch they are with their fans. You've got a WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, which gets booed the fuck out of, a final 3 in the Royal Rumble, which gets booed the fuck out of, apart from Roman Reigns. The fans are telling you right there who they want in the main event. They want Roman Reigns, and they want fucking Daniel Bryan. That's who they want. But I understand that Daniel Bryan is very over right now, and the crowd and the IWC probably wanted him to win the Royal Rumble. You know, part of me wanted Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble, but we all knew Batista was going to win this. And let's face it, if you were in Vince McMahon's shoes and you were booking for WrestleMania and you had the choice to either book Batista or Daniel Bryan in the main event of a big WrestleMania like WrestleMania 30, who would you pick? Daniel Bryan or the mainstream star that's been in movies like Batista? I think if it was your money on the line, I think you would definitely be picking Batista, which is why I think, even though I think WWE are kind of out of touch with their fans, I think WWE deep down inside know what's best for business. And it's like LV5454 said on Twitter, it's going to take more than the fans voicing their opinions. They also need to speak with their wallets. I think that's a very, very good quote to end our thoughts on this Royal Rumble match, unless you have some more.
I just hope now we're going to probably get in the triple threat match at Mania with the Shields. At least they're not finished completely yet. There's still going to be a big thing for Reigns from this Rumble.
Indeed. So what did we take from this Royal Rumble pay-per-view? WWE knew how to start their show off strong with Daniel Bryan, but it went pretty much downhill from there. We learned that WWE aren't really very much in touch with their fans, but probably know what's best for business going into WrestleMania 30. And we learned that WWE are incredibly high on Roman Reigns. But overall, for me personally, it was a very, very underwhelming pay-per-view for me. I mean, after that hot start, I was really expecting a good show out of WWE. And I just got a show which, you know, apart from the opener and maybe the Royal winner, was kind of forgettable, in my opinion.
I felt that the opener was a big way to kick it off. New champions, the Bray Wyatt match. I could not care about Brock Lesnar. The Rumble match, I felt there was good spots there. Some teases with like the Road Brothers, the Shield. There was so much in that kept me thinking, the WWE have opened the door for stuff to happen.
Indeed, and that is one positive to come from this. They did open a lot of stuff to happen going into WrestleMania. As for my final thought on this, did this Rumble do enough to make me watch WrestleMania season? Well, judging by what happened on this show, it really didn't. You know, I came away from this show thinking, really, am I going to be involved during WrestleMania season? It doesn't really look positive. But I will give the road to WrestleMania a try, and I will try and watch and review Raw again with NJ in these next coming weeks. But I will warn, if it does get shit, I am going to be bailing, unfortunately. So WWE didn't do enough in my opinion, but for NJ, I'm going to give it a try.
Thank you very much for watching, people. That's got me in a really good mood, ready for the build to WrestleMania. Hopefully this year's pay-per-view has got you ready for the road to WrestleMania. There was no authority apart from Kane. Nice little thing for the Rumble. And thank you very much for watching. Tune in for the Raw review, which will be tomorrow night. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.